No such thing as a dream too big, also never too early to become a CEO. And now high school pupils are going to get that opportunity. PwC is now calling for entries to its global case competition. As I understand things, entrants essentially step into the shoes of a CEO or a consultant to try and tackle real world problems. It's a brilliant way to introduce the youngsters to the business world. Rebecca Pretorius from mentorship company Crimson South Africa, she is the country manager joining us. Rebecca, good to have you with us on eNCA. And this is so good, isn't it? Especially now with matric exams coming up, youngsters wondering, what is it like to be the big boss one day? Where did the idea come from?
Sure. So Crimson partners with a number of different kind of top companies, but really the idea is that students struggle to get that hands-on, practical, safe work experience, and often whether they go directly into work or into a degree at a university, don't necessarily know what's involved in that. So entering a competition, doing an internship, getting some work experience, all kind of lumped under the same kind of thinking, which is to provide opportunity for students to broaden their interests, get more involved in their passions, get practical, like I say, real world experience, and really learn from people who are already there.
Because I don't doubt you're going to have a lot of very, very willing students who are going to want to do this. How in the world did you convince CEOs to let little people into their office and do their job for the day? How difficult was that?
Well, I think it's easier when it's virtually, and I think what companies are interested in is creating great, students who are going to be in business one day. So I think it's been an easy sell. We have PwC case competition coming up in December. We'll have Harvard Crimson Global Essay Competition, and in between we have internships with Uber, PwC, KPMG, and more, and the newest one, Ferrari. So it seems to be easy to convince these CEOs to let students dig around and see what the real world is like.
You just had a hell of a reaction from my executive producer when you mentioned the word Ferrari. She's like, pick me, when she heard the word Ferrari. I'm curious about the competition itself, because there's going to be no shortage of those who are going to want to enter. But just help me understand, what exactly do they need to do? How do we go about this?
So students, it's very easy to register. Students can jump into CaseComp and our website. Students will be directed into how they register. They'll then get a team together. You can have a team of 2 or a team of more than 2, and students will then be working together to solve this particular problem. And they'll be given guidelines. They'll have access to webinars, workshops throughout. They'll have access to some mentoring along the way from executives from both Crimson and PwC. So there'll be lots of support for students. The first step is literally just to jump into CaseComp, into the website, and if anyone's struggling, they can always just jump into our website, crimsoneducation.org/ZA, or reach out to us. But lots of support for students to be able to not just participate in the competition itself, but to gain that kind of knowledge, skills as they go along through webinars and workshops. They're not just kind of competing in isolation.
And Rebecca, as I say goodbye to you, please forgive me, I think I lost connection to you for a second. I heard the email, the website for Crimson. Just tell me again about the Global Case Competition website. As you do that as well, when does this all end before I say goodbye?
Sure. So regular early bird registration has just finished, which means regular registration has opened up. So students have plenty of time to do that. But if from a CaseComp point of view, if students just go into casecomp.org, they'll be directed to all the activities, events that are happening around the case competition, as well as how to register.
Oh, it'd be lovely as well. I think we'll touch base a little closer to the time, so we'll stay in touch, our team and yours, to maybe come through and get a couple of interviews with potential CEOs and see how scared the current CEOs are of their jobs being taken away by the youngsters. Rebecca, thanks very much. Lovely idea. Rebecca Pretorius, country manager at Crimson South Africa. So if you think you could be a CEO in the future and you want to see what it's actually like, Tumza, then this could very well be what you're looking for as well, because it would be great to see what a CEO at like a big company like PwC does. Ooh. They make the money, they got the nice cars. What do they actually do?
What do they do?
What do they do?
It's not about the title, it's about the work that also goes into it, that I think also the young ones need to be exposed to. But with that being